start streaming. And we're live. This is Otter Player Podcast episode 2. Do I sound good or do I sound far away?
Sound good in here. So
What's the new name? You should definitely change your splash screen when you change it, but you can work on that later, I suppose.
Yeah, he's gotta get the artist to get it to make a new one.
Yeah. And also I'm gonna need to... The artist is my niece, that's why. And she is a little bit busy right now. There you go. The B-roll is at work. And yeah, so this is just celebrating gaming 2023, and we're gonna talk about next year, and we're gonna talk a little bit about Mr. Bobby Dipshit. He's finally out, but where are my manners? Our semi-permanent member, Mr. Nelson, what's up, man? How are you? What you been playing?
I've been playing Mario RPG. I was playing a little bit of VR Golf last night. Gears Ultimate Edition with a friend. He's got an Xbox, but he can't find anything past really 360 to play, which is, it's a common problem. So we're just going back and playing old games. We beat Halo Reach the other day.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing really in the last decade worth playing, so.
I mean, if you're a fan of Metrovania, I can recommend you a game that's so good.
I play some of them. I have a lot of them.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Ori?
No. Oh, I love Ori. The name called Aterna Noctis. Look it up. You might actually enjoy it.
Are your kids back there on WWE right now?
The game is really good. I stopped the B-roll. I need to get the link back again from UNA. Because for some reason they always...
Which is
Yeah.
that all you?
So Weeb is not home. So he can't make it. So it's just the three of us. Unless the rec decided to wrecking. Which I highly doubt, but who knows. Um so Nate, how are you, man? What you been playing?
Yeah, no, I'm good. Right now, I've been mainly anime, audiobooks. Like I've been doing everything but gaming a lot lately. The most I've really been doing is Fortnite, to be honest. Been playing with a lot with my nephew. He's been having fun with it. Been having a lot of fun with it. Just enjoying the season is something that's easy to jump in and jump out, and then do whatever you want to do. You can play it without sound. Like it's just very convenient to play right now. I haven't been doing that. I've gone back to finishing up Octopath Traveler 2, the true ending, and I'm also back in. I had to get my save from somewhere, but or from the PS4 version, but I'm back into Final Fantasy remake. Like I said, I'm still really early on in that, but yeah, trying to get that done. To get dialed back in on that. I'm really strong for being early on, but it's a lot going on that like when you've been away from it for months, that's all over the place.
You gotta remember how everything worked and so on.
Exactly.
I know how
There's
you
like
feel.
a lot of components to it when you've been away from it.
I absolutely know how you
Oh,
feel.
Mario RPG. pretty good. You know what I'm saying? It's not bad. I was I'm trying not to let other people's expectations of that the original, kind of cloud my judgment later. That's really good though as well.
Which game? Cause you whatchamacallit, got quiet on me for
Mario RPG.
Mario RPG. Okay,
Yep.
so
Been
any
playing it, and
regret
then
from buying it, or you having fun?
no, I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. Yeah, no regrets.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I also got it for $40.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely no regrets there. And then randomly, I was playing. I was rearranging my setup, incorporate my new monitor properly, and I was charging my 3DS, and I ended up playing Golden Sun. So that was pretty funny because Golden Sun is one of my favorite JRPGs of all time. So I got kind of locked into that for a little bit. Had a lot of fun with that. But yeah, that's about it.
Okay, let me tweet out that we're live. As for me, so I stopped with Honkai for a bit. I got bored with it in sense of like, unless you're playing for gacha, you're not gonna have fun with it. And I restarted playing Eterna Noctis. It's a Metrovania um, that I started, and I'm literally at the final, close to the final. But I started it on normal mode, and if you do it on normal mode, you're not gonna be able to get the platinum. So I restarted it on the hard mode to get the plat, and dude, I'm having a blast. And I am close to where I was before, so not gonna lie though, I experienced twice where my save file wouldn't got deleted, and I had to replay like almost an hour or 2 hour worth of gameplay, and that sucked. But other than that, I'm super stoked to announce that Aterna Noctis is actually getting a sequel, which is called Aterna Lucas, and the sequel is apparently releasing next year, so this year, I think 2024, and like that, one of, if not the best news I've ever heard, because again, Athena Noctis is such a joy to play. I know for a fact you're not gonna love it in 8 because it got platforming and
Yeah,
tons
I'm not about all that.
and tons of them. And I'm not talking uh, baby baby steps platforming. Nah, I'm talking platforming where you literally go upside down, left, right, left, and so on. Like it, it's difficult. I'm not exaggerating with this one, but it's a lot of fun, and I highly recommend everyone to try it out. Yeah, I was typing, tweeting it out, but yeah, that's about it. Oh yeah, other than that, my brother have bad influence on me. I started Destiny 2.
You you what?
Yeah, I know. Look, and here is the kicker. They said I own Lightfall, okay? They gave me the first mission for Lightfall. I played it. I even got the the new skill. And in the end, not only did they took it away from me, They told me, okay, did you enjoy what you played? Now buy the game. Buy the DLC. I'm like, excuse you, me? You literally
Yeah,
told me I
that
have
sounds
it.
about Destiny.
You literally told me I own it. It's
Yeah.
literally, I literally did Lightfall first mission. So, because of that, I said to my brother, look, dude, I love you, but I'm not gonna make my time with this one. One, not worth the money. Two, they're lying. Hey, this game is looking
To be
interesting.
honest, you would have. It's something I would have told you if I knew you were getting on it. I would have told you to play on PC.
If I need to play on PC, I need to start over. I have already a warlock with level 1600 something light.
It's crossplay.
Oh, okay.
So you literally just log into your account and
Mm.
it crisscrosses them. You push it over to the other system.
Also, yeah, no, I would rather not. Thank you very much. I had fun for what it is, but yeah, no, I'm back to Athena Noctis. That's my bread and butter right now. Especially if I want to get the plant, you actually need to get all the bakeries, find them and beat them amount of time in order to get the quest done. And there is secret bosses upon secret bosses. So yeah, no. Thank you very much, Destiny 2. I didn't miss you. Yeah,
Yeah,
no.
you didn't fall into the trap. Good.
No, I didn't. Cause when they told me you need to buy it, I'm like, yeah, nope, bye. My brother was like, you still can play other ones. I told him no. I don't have the Witch King, the Leash King. I don't have anything. I don't have a single thing. I know for a fact I don't. So back to my other games I will. I almost fell
Destiny
for
is
it
real
though.
weird with that. It plays great. Like I wouldn't blame you. Like I said, it plays
No,
great.
the gameplay mechanic for Destiny is amazing. The shooting mechanic, I haven't played a lot of FPS, but I love the gunplay in Destiny. It's satisfying.
It is. It is. Oh,
If
did you? I was meant to ask you. Did you turn off the? Did you disable the streaming, the streamer mode on Discord?
um yeah, I can't see it anymore. Why?
Okay. No, I was just making sure. It looks like it's still doing it, but it's fine.
How can I remove? Because I now normally I would see it, but now I'm not seeing it.
If you disabled it at the top where it was purple, then don't worry about it.
Yeah,
That
there
means
is
you did it.
no purple now. Yeah, when I go to go live, we are the four people. There is no, well, this is just random. Three people. There is no on the left, on the top of the screen, purple.
Yeah, you're good then.
Okay, so let's jump to the
Oh, wait,
first. Yeah.
hold on. Before we get to that, let's address the fuckery real quick, cause I'm about sick of this shit on Twitter
Oh.
and all the idiots, and especially Post Up. He can come see me about it. I'm sick of it.
What?
I'm sick of
You think
Post
motherfuckers.
up's a special
you're
specimen.
checking him?
Special.
Special.
What
Yeah,
happened,
I'm sick.
eh?
No, I'm sick of this shit. Motherfuckers with 400 hours total, if that. You know what I'm saying, for the entire year talking all this shit about what PlayStation fans.
Last game you beat was a PlayStation game.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. I'm like, bro, don't come at us with that bullshit. I'm sick of this whole PlayStation, PlayStation's, keep in mind when we're talking about PlayStation, people, you can't discount the entire library of its content, right? Like this whole PlayStation fans don't support double A games bullshit. It's some trash, bro. Like it's bringing this up on the grounds of freaking Gravity Rush, Concrete Genie, Knack 2, and Sackboy. Okay, like just addressing those four, number one, like Sackboy is a perfectly fine game, right? And you know I don't even like platformers, right?
Yeah.
It's a perfectly fine game. The problem is, tell me a single platformer that did numbers and broke records in the past 5 years
That
that
wasn't on
wasn't.
Switch.
That's what I'm saying. That wasn't a Nintendo game or an indie game on PC, or
The only one
indie
that I
game
can
period.
think about is Kana.
That's not a platformer. That's an
It
action
is.
adventure game.
It
Yeah,
got
I wouldn't say. Yeah, I wouldn't even
It
put
has
that as that.
platforming elements,
It
but a
has
lot of games do.
platforming
It's not a
elements.
platformer.
Yeah, but even then, like it did, like, but that's what I'm saying. Like that didn't go crazy, but again, that would be more of an indie project, though. Still, that would fall into that indie project. But that's what I'm saying. Like none of them have broke numbers. Like the only time we talk about platformers breaking numbers is freaking Nintendo stuff or indie games like that are more that have like similar Metroidvania type stuff like Salt and not Salt and Sanctuary, but whatever I can't remember the name of the one for it's on all platforms now, but it started as like a PC darling. But again, my point is they're all indie or Nintendo games. Concrete Genie was a small little passion project, you know what I'm saying, that was cool. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't some mass appeal level game. The game was cool. Like I went to start it and played it. It controls a little rough to me, but I'm like, they didn't create that game on the grounds of thinking it was gonna bust out and go crazy. Nobody asked for Knack 2. Like, let's
nobody.
be real.
Nobody.
Literally nobody. They gave that to Mark for being, designing an amazing system, which he
It
did.
was a small team too. I bet you it didn't cost hardly nothing to make. So
Exactly. Like, so I'm like, that's all that was. And then I was like, Gravity Rush 2, for as much as I love Gravity Rush, I personally have never beaten him. I owned him twice over, so I supported it. So that's his real gripe, right? People don't support it. I supported it, but I'm gonna tell you, Gravity Rush is a niche game.
It is. It
In
is. It got.
What's an even bigger problem is motion sickness. I don't really think people understand the amount of people that play games that get motion sickness. Like I don't, but even in playing Gravity Rush, I get disoriented. People don't want to
Really?
feel disoriented when they're playing. Yeah, I'm talking about like when you're flipping all the way around and you're
Yeah,
looking
I
for
know.
like a
I know.
specific thing. Like you can get disoriented quite easily in that game when you're floating around. And that's with me not really getting motion sickness. Now, like, I mean, I'm the type of person like I could play like Ace Combat and spin for hours and have no problem, but a large portion of people I know do get motion sickness. So they're not going to go anywhere near that game even if it looked interesting. So, like, again, these very small examples trying to state that PlayStation couldn't uh create AA titles because we don't support them is absolute bullshit. PlayStation could definitely support AA level titles. I mean, look at the
I
success.
consider Kenna, even though it was an indie, that's like a AA budget game. So
Well, that's what I'm saying.
that,
Yeah, like
that was like a top
between
10 seller
the
for the year and probably cost less than $30 million to make.
Look, I'm.
exactly.
I'm gonna give you guys a very healthy advice. Poketop is not the person that you should focus on. Poketop, as much as I'm cool with him, he don't play games. He
Oh no,
absolutely
no. I
don't.
mean, I know that, but I'm bringing it up because a lot of people try to say this. It's not specific because of him. He's the person that quoted. He just happened to be the person that quoted it when I saw it. The actual tweet came from somebody else, but he's the one that tried to say that we don't support anything outside of AAA games, period, which is nonsense because number one, Octopath Traveler 2 is selling plenty fine on PlayStation, as well as many other games like Kana, which again was not a AAA title. So saying that we don't support games AA and smaller is bullshit.
I have an
Like,
Xbox. I don't even find indie games on that thing. If they're not on Game Pass, that shit's DOA.
well, but that's the real question, right? So it's like you sitting here worried about us and what we support. Well, we've definitely bought these games and we've proven we've bought these games, right? You know what I mean? And then at the same time, my thing is, you worried about us, but what's the problem with you? Y'all claiming free for Game Pass, you know what I'm saying? But the majority of y'all haven't even finished Hi-Fi Rush, which
Yo,
is supposed to be
Hi-Fi
the
Rush
game of the year.
did so bad, no, gameplay, play, sales wise, but also play like people didn't even finish the tutorial. That's how bad it is for them.
And that's free. That's free. Keep in mind, like, what was it? That one game that came out, Lost, Abe's Odyssey, or Abe's the new Abe game. You know what I'm talking about? That came out on PlayStation Plus. 5 million people downloaded that. Yet there was only like 12 million PS5s even in the wild. It don't take much to download it.
Which
Nobody played it
one?
because it wasn't very good. The, you know what I'm talking about, don't you, Nate? The
Are you
Abe's
talking,
game.
oh, I thought you were talking about Ape Escape. I
Like
thought that's what you're talking about.
Abe's Odyssey, Abe's Exodus, that the newer one. It was free on PlayStation Plus, like when PS5 first came out.
Age
It's
of
been a minute.
Odyssey.
It's been a minute.
Yeah, I have no idea which
But
one
yeah,
it is.
I know what you're talking about though. But yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Like it's just like, yeah, and it's not like I see like Chocolate and Wara were saying. I was like, it's not him in particular. I see this from a bunch of them. You know what I'm saying? Trying to say this like, and it's like
So,
that's not the case. Like you got to make like a game that is, whether it's double A, triple A, or indie or whatever, you got to make a good game to begin with, and you got to understand the appeal, the initial appeal that game has, or the market base for that game. Like when you make something difficult, niche, and all these things combined in a genre that is already niche as well, like you're going to run into lower sales numbers. Yeah, exactly. Morgan and like one other person who are PlayStation people, for the record, are the only people I know to this date that have completed Pentiment. But if you looked at
Oddworld
my
Soulstorm.
timeline, it would have went crazy. Yeah, I hated that game.
so
Yeah,
Yeah, me too. But I'm saying 5 million
about
people
that
downloaded it when it came out because it was free, but nobody
yeah,
played the shit. Why? Because it just wasn't good.
yeah, it wasn't
again.
good.
You know what I mean?
Okay, so here's the thing. One person said it very good. He said we should. I'm gonna look it up. Which one it was. Very quick. Um, where it is? I said
Well,
before.
there you go, Water.
Here. Yeah,
I know
what I
three
wanna.
people.
He said, I'ma stop getting triggered by illogical people. Post up say some wild stuff. Again, post up he cover news. He don't game. Not only
Well, no, I
not
know that.
not only
I know
him.
that.
Not
Like I
only
said,
him.
it's not even him though.
Yeah, not only him. Most people don't play games. Like I'm gonna even call out shout out to not the what we call it, not God. I he is married to his Twitter lady. He called the Red Dragon out. Like the Red Dragon never posted his wrap up. Like these informational people, they don't games, and when they do, they're not gonna. They game the main event games and call it a day.
Now see that's fine, right? If somebody wants to see that, that's fine. But like I said, I'm not concerned about the Red Dragon because he's not out here running his mouth about what he's playing and what's game of the year, this and that. If you're just simply reporting the facts on the table, I don't care. But when you out here lying and trying to direct traffic out here in the gaming industry like you about that life, that's when we got an issue.
My
Because
issue is
you
when
talking real
you
big.
My issue is when he report on other people lying, while he himself he is pretending to be scot free. That's why I call the
I
drug
mean, I'm
dragon
not, I'm
out.
not, I'm not gonna tell you that. But like I said, I'm not questioning him because I don't care. Because we're gonna set that straight right now. Because I don't want to go over into that. Goes back to the whole gamer tag thing where people thought we just want to see your gamer tag. No, I don't. If you're not out here talking shit, I don't care. The Red Dragon is not talking shit, so I don't care what he says because I've seen his posts, and his posts are just reporting facts. And the only people he called out are people who are talking shit. like Tim Dog, who again another person
Yeah,
who talks all this
Yo,
shit.
he was gonna delete his
He was gonna, yeah, he
right
was
around that
he,
wrap up time. All of a sudden, a week
yeah.
after, he's back from his hiatus.
Well,
he was
he
about to
cracked,
go
he cracked,
MIA,
and he posted it.
and then the leak happened, and all of a sudden, hey, Emo.
Well, no, but he cracked and he posted his stuff. But again, under four, just like under 400 hours. Like these people,
Again,
these are the
if
people who got 3K hours in Twitter, and ABK analysis. But you want to talk gaming out here like you actually doing it, and it's like I'm just sick of all these people out here trying to talk and try to tell us who are gaming about this shit. And it's like, dude, you don't know anything. You're not even out here gaming like that.
but that's
Like
the
you get my
thing.
mom game more than you, bruh. Like that's crazy.
The thing
My
is,
mom got more time on Farmville than you got on
they
your
in
fuck.
it,
You know what I mean?
they in it for the whatchamacallit, engagement. They're not in it for the gaming part. So when they talk, they're all talking. They all just want the engagement. They're not in here to play the games. If you want people that actually
Give
gaming,
me 1 second. I'll be right back.
look at Persona, for example. He got the plat in it's not Pyro. Not Pyro. What's the other game name? Um, Sly Cooper 1 and 2, and he's about to get for 3. He play games. Yes, he's on Twitter talking banter and stuff like that, but he back it up with gaming. Most people they don't do that. So it at some point you just gotta move on with them. Don't give them any attention and just move on. Cause if you don't, you're gonna be bored. Um, Before we continue, let's give a shout out to Shet. Wanna. You made it. Yeah, you absolutely did. Black Frost, how are you, my man? Chocolate Dream Stream. Evening.
Those are two of my buddies.
Let's explain it. Viper, we're waiting on you. Morgan, sup lady. Too bad you couldn't make it. And yeah.
It's kind of funny since I joined in. She seems to be gone a lot. What did I do?
So Nelson, what's your thought on this year of gaming?
It was amazing. Like a lot of times, I feel like I'm very dependent on PlayStation to bring me a lot of games and stuff like that. But there was a lot of third-party, like there's games I still haven't even gotten to, you know. And then I got my VR bag and stuff. So, oh man, I was the only one left alive. But yeah, there's so many games out there. I haven't played Baldur's Gate yet. I haven't played Dead Island 2 yet.
Me neither.
There's tons of games.
What about Armored Core 6? You played it?
Which one?
Armored Core 6.
Oh yeah, I'm too shitty to beat that, but that's a great game.
What about Remnant? You played that?
Yep, I finished that on somebody else's profile. I play with like 3 different people. I never play my own game. I always play off of other people's though.
So yeah, Remnant, Baldur's Gate, Alan Wake 2.
I haven't played Alan Wake 2. That's one I'm kind of I don't know. I wanted to get it, but everyone that played it kind of was like, yeah, it's a really good game, but I don't enjoy it. You know, it's kind of I don't know. I don't know how to feel about that. Kind of waiting on that one.
I know Morgan played it and she enjoyed it. But that's about it.
All right, I'm back.
There's not a whole lot of action to it. It's a lot more about the art than how enjoyable it is. From people that have played it have told me. So I don't know. It's not as high as my pro list as it was. Plus, I got Resident Evil 4 VR to play yet. So
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I forgot that was even a thing. I should. It's a free update if you have RE4, right?
yeah,
I need to find a cheap copy for PS5 so I can mess with that.
This
But yeah, no,
dude.
sorry. I
I'm
had a
I'm
call. I had
probably
a
play. I'm
call
probably play this
earlier.
weekend at some point. I've been playing with my buddy at night, so that's not a
What are you talking-
two-player game. We were playing golf last night.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Which one golf? Because there are a few.
He's talking about the VR golf.
It's called Walkabout Mini Golf.
Okay.
Oh,
If
the
you
VR, is it the VR version?
Yeah, it's
and
amazing.
there he is. I was about to say, if you want golf talk, then Viper is your man about
Yeah,
that.
I
What's up,
have the
man?
PGA Tour. What's up? What's up? I have both PGA 2K 23 and Walkabout Mini.
And also there
Well,
is
Mini
the
Golf
one
is
the
fun as hell,
PlayStation.
isn't it?
hmm
That's a fun game.
There is also the one with the Metro
Mini Golf.
not Metrovania. It's roguelite golf.
Oh, you're talking about the
The
Souls
Curse.
like
Yeah, curse
game
golf.
where you-
Yeah,
yeah, curse golf or whatever.
yeah.
I love it. Soul
But
golf game.
yeah,
But yeah, no, I had to step away for a minute because apparently there was like an emergency in my building, with like water, coming out in reverse in another apartment. So, my leasing office was like, "Hey, is there something wrong in your bathroom?" And I was like, "What?" So that's why I had to step away for a second in the middle of that rant. But yeah, all good.
Can you explain water in reverse for me? I'm confused.
Yeah, so as in be- reverse, like in your pipes. So like as opposed to draining, it's coming back up.
Oh.
Yeah,
We,
yeah,
we call that flooding.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I
No,
was
I
like,
get
yeah,
it. I get it.
yeah, we not there yet. I was like,
No, when you said reverse, I thought you meant your hot is coming out the cold and the cold is coming out
oh
the hot.
yeah, no, I meant reversing the pipes. My bus.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
okay.
But yeah,
So
we can
Viper,
get on to the
how are you?
VR
What you
part.
been playing?
You know, hello. Slithering out of my corner for a few hours. Usual. Trails. Yo, the Cold Steel 3 and 4 are some long ass games compared to the first 6 or 7.
Is that a good
Holy
thing or a
crap.
bad thing?
It's okay. It's kind of bad to me because I've gotten used to 112 hours per game, and then Cold Steel 3 is a minimum 200 for a plat.
Ooh.
You can beat it in 130, and you got to do the nightmare run isn't easier. And now Cold Steel 4, I'm at 156 and still got a whole act left. I mean, it's amazing. It's a great long story, but at this point, I'm like, I want to get to other games, man. But yeah, just Trails. I've only been playing the Trails series. I got Reverie. The Reverie is the last one, and I think I'll be taking my hiatus from that to play other games after.
Finally?
Finally.
Okay, I see. Okay, let's jump very quick, cause real talk there isn't a lot of topics to talk about. Bobby Dipshit. Does anyone know who Bobby Dipshit is?
Kotek.
Yep. So this dude atrocious. He is absolutely atrocious. So this is from Christina. She is an ex-developer at Activision. She said, I worked on Call of Duty for 2 years as a programmer at Demonware. Bobby's decisions made our games worse. In my first month, it came out he threatened to have an employee killed. How how can you get away with that? Uh,
Well,
You make a company worth $100 billion.
Yeah,
no, but
yeah.
clearly he is
That's
not
about it.
beloved though.
Have to be beloved to bring in the money.
Yeah,
Um,
man. A lot of that goes out the window when the money is involved. Man, a lot of people make a lot of things disappear. Like cash rules the world, man. It is what it is.
and he is not the only one. My bad. She is not the only one. Um, we have this from another person that said that yeah, he's a terrible person, and we've been. I say we. I mean the industry as a whole. We've been covering Bobby for almost a couple of years now. The
Put
sound,
it this way, the board could have voted to try and vote him out, and they didn't. So it's all about the money.
I'm surprised they haven't got them yet.
They didn't even try to push him out.
So
They could have done it when this stuff started. They didn't want to vote on it or nothing. They just swept it under the rug.
So Omar,
and
real quick before we continue, make sure when we talk in OBS that our mic volume on your end is loud enough that our voice is going to the top of the green, almost into the yellow.
that's give me a second.
Because Morgan said that you are loud and the rest of us are low.
Okay, so
In comparison.
I upped you people up, and let's see how, and it's going now yellow,
Okay. That should be
and
good.
we should be good now. If not, I can up it even more.
Yeah, it should be good.
Yeah, so he's an atrocious person, and this remind me with the whole situation with whom call it Ubisoft. But with this one, it's way much worse because on during his leadership, a woman killed herself because of the amount of bullying and stuff like that. So for the fact that there is zero repercussion for him and instead he got a golden parachute, it's sickening.
to be fair, people in a position of power, uh, are especially position of power with a lot of money, um, like Innate said, knows how to make shit go away. Um, and even if they didn't vote him off the board, um, it's because he's making them a lot of money. So they don't care if it's the damn devil himself, Beelzebub sitting in the chair. As long as they getting their money, they're not going to vote him out.
Mm. Moving on from it. Anyone have anything else to say about this dipshit?
No, I mean, I hope wherever he goes in the future, if he's gonna go anywhere, it's far away from gaming.
So,
That's all I
question.
hope.
I fear PlayStation might pick him.
I mean, I really highly doubt that. PlayStation's one thing. If I noticed anything about them, they tend to be pretty conscious about the person's reputation, and I think they know that wouldn't really go over well. So I just don't see that happening because, regardless of the fact that they kept him on, you got to remember it was for the money and the fact of what they would have had to pay him to kick him out in the middle of everything is had a lot to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
So picking like he's not the reason COD did what it did. I mean, let's be real. That's the developers and all the people that work for them that create these games, which is why ultimately during his tenure you got to see both the rise and the fall of COD. Like I said, COD also added a lot of things throughout the time that he was there that made it worse. And year over year has gotten worse, and pings have gotten worse, and servers for Call of Duty and lots of other stuff. So it's like, it kind of got easier and easier and then in transition with the new regime taking over, that was just their golden opportunity to finally get rid of him.
Um,
So that's why I was saying I don't really see anybody. I don't really see PlayStation picking him up. Yeah, like someone else weird on the outskirts, like a Zanga or something that picked up like Don Matrick randomly. Like you might see something like that, but I just don't see PlayStation. I don't think he'd do anything for PlayStation. Like
uh,
he's not a visionary. He's just the money man.
I
So I
hope.
don't see that happening.
Um, Before we continue, so Tifret, yo, welcome to the chat, and what I wanna, um, I wanna disagree with you on this one. So he said, I was hoping that we wouldn't be that Microsoft wouldn't be allowed to sweep this stuff under the rug. One, this is not on Microsoft. This is on Activision. Two, Microsoft hand are tied. There's a reason why they cut ties with him. They didn't renew his contract because he is bad
I
business.
was gonna say he might be referring to like the rest of the people though, because someone made a statement earlier on Twitter that I saw that was saying, obviously, if the the toxicity issue or the bad culture of what's going on there is systemic essentially, then it's not just him who's the problem. So it's like what else are they going to do to address it essentially? Because right now it just seems like, toss him out, one or two other execs, and then just keep it moving. Now, whether or not that ultimately is all they do, I don't know yet. We'll see. But uh, yeah, a lot of people feel like just getting rid of him isn't doing it justice because clearly other people were involved if that kind of stuff was going on, all the way down the pipeline. So I think that's probably more so what it is.
So, okay, I see. Um, Anyone have anything else to say about this dipshit? Going once, twice, thrice. Okay, so out of nowhere, PlayStation announces that they bought a studio, I guess. So they bought this studio, which real talk, I have no idea which studio this is. I never heard of this studio. To the to the fact that I'm actually looking up the article that we here. So I actually read it at Gorilla. I was confused. Like I thought Gorilla already would PlayStation. So the studio name is Gorida. Guarida Game Studio. So they joined with PlayStation. So the tweet is, we're proud and excited to announce that Gorilla Games is joining PlayStation Studios. With PlayStation support, we will be working on our upcoming visual novel and a new project. Kitten Gummy fans, stay tuned. Um, I I'm lost with this one. I'm gonna look them up very quick because I looked them up, I think, and the game that I saw from them was a panda game. Anyone? Gorilla. Anyone have heard anything about this studio? Come on, Innate. You're the gaming guy. Um, Nelson, you here?
Yep.
So, have you heard about this studio before?
Who?
Gorilla, want me to share with you the link?
I thought you were making that up. No, I haven't.
No, I'm not. No, they actually bought them. Here, I'm gonna share it with you.
I don't know. Is that mobile stuff or whatever? I don't pay no attention to
No,
that.
it's not, because it's on PlayStation. Their game is on PlayStation.
I don't know.
I think it's a visual novel. So it.
Oh, yeah, I heard. I don't play a lot of those. I play one or two a year, and I stick to probably what most people play, like Supermassive, the Detroit Become Human Studio, um, what do you call it? The people who made The Walking Dead and stuff. I just played. The last one wasn't very good though. I just played. Oh, what's that game called? The Expanse. They made that. That wasn't very good though.
So
You know what I'm talking about, right?
dude, no.
Telltale.
Oh, Telltale. Okay, okay, I see, I
Those
see.
type of games.
So, um, how? So, let's get this straight, eh? They bought this fuck studio that no one heard of, and yet Ember Lab is not purchased yet.
Not everyone's for sale either, though.
Yeah, I was pretty sure they actually put out a statement stating that they did not want to be purchased.
Ember Lab? Okay, I didn't see that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because that was a conversation I had with Morgan, because Morgan was really into that too, and we were talking about it, and then we ended up seeing a statement where they said they didn't want to be acquired specifically.
So,
Yeah, at
you
least not
heard
at this
about this
time.
studio that we just told you about, or never?
Never.
I don't know. I don't know what PlayStation is cooking, but so far, hey. Between that and the news that Stellar Jams is delayed till 2024. Thoughts on that? Is that an
Really?
issue
I
for
thought
you?
that was gonna release in the last 3 days. That people should have assumed that months ago.
I mean,
I didn't think
that
it was
was
gonna. I didn't think it was gonna get launched on December 31st.
that what
So I don't
happened
really
when
think that was news.
that what happened when you don't share with your people what's going on in your industry. Sadly. So Stellar Jams is delayed. Who is excited about this game? I am.
Right here.
Viper?
I'll wait till further notice. I mean, it looks
Yeah.
cool, but I'm not a hack and slash fan, so
I
Okay,
am.
fair.
I'll get it.
yeah, we'll see.
Fair, I see.
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
I don't think it looks bad, but like, I mean, 2024 already looks smoking for me,
oh yeah,
so
oh yeah.
you gotta
That
you
I
gotta be absolutely top tier for
February
me
is just a
to
travesty.
like.
There's just way too much in February. Like y'all need to, y'all need to spread it
Some
out
of
a little bit.
some of that's getting delayed. Ain't no way in hell all that shit's coming out in February.
There's got to
I
be one of them. I mean,
I am.
Helldivers, Grand Blue, and Final Fantasy are all within like 3 weeks of each other.
Ooh, that's gonna be torture, dude.
Is
Yeah,
Grand Blue and Helldivers are like 4 days apart or something like that. I was looking at it the other day. I'm like, why? How am I gonna play both of these games co-op? Like, sure, when
Yo,
Final Fantasy comes out, I can play either Helldivers or Grand Blue when I'm with my buddies, and then I'll play Final Fantasy when I'm playing by myself. But how the hell am I gonna play both these co-op games? You know what I mean?
yeah. Helldiver is gonna get destroyed, dude. People been waiting on Brand Blue for so long. Yeah, Helldiver 2 is gonna is dead on arrival.
I mean, I'm all over
I already
Helldivers
pre-ordered
too.
it.
Yeah, I'm playing Helldivers too, so
I'm playing
So, are
Helldivers.
you
Most people have
playing? Are you
two
gonna
people at my
play
work
the?
too. They don't know what the
Are you
hell a
gonna
Grand
play
Blue is, but they
Helldivers 2
got
over?
Helldivers.
You gonna play Helldivers 2 over Grand Blue Fantasy Relink?
I mean, I'll have to play over it. I mean, I played 2 games at once, so I mean, that's no problem for me.
Helldivers is only a $40 game too.
Yeah, and also I'm gonna be, yeah. I mean, it's cheaper, number one, and also depending on what else is out at the time. Uh, honestly, as much as I've been looking forward to Grand Blue, it made me wait plenty of time, so I have no problem keeping it on the back burner for a little bit if I feel like I need to give it a minute, and that's their fault for putting it in that crazy release window. So, I mean, one of the biggest things for me about Grand Blue is the co-op, and uh,
Yeah, I
man,
want
I
to
gotta
play it
make
with
sure.
co-op as well.
Yeah, I gotta make sure the appropriate team is picking it up if I'm gonna play co-op. So, yeah, until I can confirm the team is in place, I am in no rush for that.
I feel you
There's
with this
plenty
one.
other Yeah, there's too many other games to play. Like I mean, like you said, I'm working on the remake right now so that I can play Rebirth. You've got like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth, and like it's just swamped early next year.
Tekken
So
8 comes out right before Helldivers and Grand Blue comes out too.
yeah, I mean, I'm sure that's gonna be fine because like man, fighting game fans are like they will take fighting games over everything. So
Yeah, but they're a very small group. But there's a lot of people that buy fighting games that you know, like me. I'll play it, but it's not gonna be like my main. I'll get to it when I get to it. I'll
yeah.
play a little bit the first few days, and then, you know.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what the sales look like for that. I mean, I think it'll. I mean, honestly, I think it'll have no problem if it scores anywhere near what Street Fighter 6 did. You know, then we'll see what they've done
Yeah,
from there.
Tekken's always had a bigger audience than Street Fighter since like PS1.
Yeah, Tekken's
It's
pretty
Mortal
top tier.
Kombat and then Tekken. Those are the top two guaranteed to sell fighting games, I would say. Outside of Smash, of course.
Well,
But
it's also got to contend with Grand Blue Versus as well.
Relink is not a fighting game though.
No, no, no. What he was saying is it's releasing in the same window.
Oh,
So he's saying for people who buy both, you know, then that's the issue he was looking at. Not
mm-hmm.
people who focus just on fighting games as their primary, then sure. But people who don't, that's what he was saying.
So what is releasing in the same window as?
Grand Blue Fantasy
Grand
Remake, he
Blue,
said.
Tekken, and
Oh,
Helldivers are all within 2
Tekken
weeks
is
of each other.
releasing in the same window. I had no idea. Yeah, no,
It's
the
in
people.
January 25th, and then the Grand Blue and Helldivers are at the beginning of February.
Yeah,
So they're all within 2 weeks.
Helldiver release date. If I would change to release date, it would be Helldiver and whatchamacallit, Rise of the Ronin. I'm excited for both, but
Rise of the Ronin's got to
both.
move. I think it's gonna get steamrolled.
Yeah. Again, people don't believe me when I tell them that Rise of the Ronin is
It's
not.
gonna get steamrolled. I'm getting Dragon's Dogma over
Yeah, me
Rise of the Ronin
too.
too. I'll get
Me
both
too.
eventually, but
Cause this is Dragon Dama 2, dude. We've been waiting on a new Dragon Dama for how long?
a lot of people say like, oh, the first one wasn't that big. It's like, yeah, Capcom was a different Capcom back then too.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
They were not the same studio. I mean, they went through a really rough time from 2008 to 2015. They were pretty much crap. I mean, you're in a different situation now. There's going to be a lot more anticipation for this. That's like saying Monster Hunter World was never that popular. Okay, what did the last one do? 20-some million?
Yeah.
Over 20 million? You know what I'm saying.
Yeah, they did over 20 million easy.
Yeah, we're playing with different ball games now.
We got a different Capcom. It's a different
Yep.
Capcom now.
And remember, a lot of people that tried whatchamacallit, Dragon Dogma as well, because I never played it before. So new players to the franchise as well. So it what make me scratch my head, my mind is, how did PlayStation allow for Rise of the Ronin to be released in the same day, not even month, it's literally the same day as
I know, you're put in a position to fail, and then you're going to complain that it fails.
I mean, can't PlayStation see that Dragon Dogma is such an exciting title for fans, And if especially that Rise of the Ronin is an exclusive game or timed maybe. Don't you want for it to do well? If so, why would you even
They're
allow it?
publishing it, so it's their money. So I would assume they want their money back. But
But why
because they're
not
gonna
look
get
for a quieter month though?
I don't know. It's not even just releasing with another game that's a big game. You're releasing a game that's so similar to the game you're releasing.
Um,
It's not like a
Dragon Dogma,
JRPG
Dragon
releasing the same
Dogma,
month as a fighter.
Dragon Dogma, and Monster Hunter, and Rise of the Ronin, gameplay-wise, totally different.
Yeah, they have a lot of similarities though. A lot of the same fan base.
I can see with the same fan baseline. But yeah, PlayStation is fucking itself with this one.
Oh, it'll be interesting to see what happens.
I mean, I want for both games to do well, so this hurts. Um, Viper, what's your thoughts on PlayStation releasing it so close with each other?
Viper backed out. He was having an issue with his microphone.
Oh, yeah, I thought he was back. Okay. Yeah, I think the rest of the talk is gonna be 2023. How was it for you, Innate?
I mean, 2023 was fire. I mean, it was just nonstop games. Honestly, what felt like all year. It was hard to really keep up. Um, Ever since Hogwarts and Octopath, it's just been honestly just so much trouble trying to keep up. Especially if you play the variety of games that most of us do. I mean, this year was just completely stacked. You had Jedi, Survivor as well, which was also amazing. Um, Dead Space started it off early as well. Uh, that was another amazing game. Um, Fire Emblem Engage for me, also huge, with me being a massive Fire Emblem fan. Um, Final Fantasy 16 was solid. You know, we got another named Final Fantasy game. It's always a
Mm-hmm.
fun time. Wasn't my favorite, but it don't gotta be, you know. But I still enjoyed playing it. I got the platinum on that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I enjoyed Starfield for what it was. Uh, like I said, I still ended at like a solid 7.5 on that. I'm looking forward to the updates, improvements, in the way Bethesda games typically grow, and if they do it right, I think I'll look forward to playing that game for many years. So I did have a lot of fun with that as well. So Cyberpunk Phantom Liberty dropped, went crazy on that. That was phenomenal across both PlayStation 5 and PC. I played it on both. Assassin's Creed Mirage was a nice little. It was a nice little nod to the past, but uh, yeah, that was an interesting little thing to give us before we go full bore with Red. That's what I'm really looking forward to. Finally going to Japan and all that stuff. So
Yeah,
that's something massively
especially
looking forward to.
with the rumor that you're gonna play as two different characters, and they're
Yeah,
gonna
man. I
play.
mean, however they do it, I mean, they're talking about the Black Samurai and stuff like that, and the ways they want to mess with like the history of it and everything. So, I mean, that is essentially what Assassin's Creed is history or alternative history. So, um, yeah, I mean, that sounds incredible. Obviously, Spider-Man 2 knocked it out the damn park. I don't
Yep,
give a fuck what awards that shit won. That game was fucking phenomenal.
yep.
Um, yeah, like I mean, from start to fucking finish, and it's
Oh
hard to
yeah.
say that about a lot of games. Like some games, it takes a little bit to get into. None of that. The game starts, opening
The
scene, go
opening, dude.
crazy.
Oh, let's
Yeah,
go! Like,
yeah.
my
I
kids were
was,
like, "This is
The
crazy! Did you
opening,
just
the
start
middle,
this?"
the ending.
yeah,
When even Mary Jane mission became that much better, that's how you know you got a gem on your hand.
exactly, exactly. Yeah, that game, like, just being in chat with Morgan when I started it, we were both like, "Oh my god!" Like when you got two people in chat, you know what I'm saying, and you in party chat, and you hit the button at the same time, and y'all both just losing your damn mind. That's when you know a game is doing something special, and that's what that game did. So, yeah, Spider-Man 2, head and shoulders. They knocked it out the park. I didn't know what they were going to do. You know, I was like, man, how can they make it that much better? But literally better in every single possible way. That game, oh man, I can't wait for New Game Plus and everything. Like that game
Yeah,
just,
I'm kind of upset that got delayed because I got my new OLED with the VRR, the 120, and all that stuff like that, and they're gonna launch it right before everything I want to play comes out for next year for the beginning of the year. Like,
oh,
goddamn, like, why
yeah,
you
let
got to
me.
do that to me? When
That's
they
still
said
gonna be
no
a
new game
treat when
plus,
you get to go back.
that's cool. I got time. I'm getting a new TV next month. I
Yeah,
got this, and that to play. You know, just have it out by December. I'm happy. That didn't happen.
nah, absolutely. Yeah, you going it's gonna be a treat when you get to go back and experience that though, because
Yeah,
it
probably next year, somewhat 2025.
well,
The
you
way
make sure
things are
you
looking.
get to play it on the unlock now and all that stuff, the unlock mode with the fidelity and everything, and it gives you that like fluctuating 40, 80 plus, you know what I'm saying, like experience that's just fluid because you got the VR now. Like that's how me and Morgan played it. We played it. She has the CX and I have the C1. So yeah, being able to play games like that, someone who for me is a PC gamer and has been on like uh, you know, G Sync and stuff like that for a long time. Seeing that tech come over and be utilized on the PlayStation is really, really big. And you getting to experience it now, like you're just gonna understand how much more fluid and the benefit of having that experience for yourself is gonna be crazy. So yeah,
Yeah,
you're
I'm
gonna.
just upset I can't experience it before. Like, I'm hit with an onslaught of more stuff that I gotta try and make time for with Grand Blue and Tekken and Final Fantasy and what was the other one I wanted to get? Oh, Helldivers. I already got that one.
Yeah, yeah, I'm about to just go ahead and line
All
that
four
one
of them
up.
at the same time. It's like, great. That's great. I got. I can play my new game plus now, but it's like I ain't got time for it now. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It
Yeah, the
really
new.
sucks.
I don't know. There's
I
so
want to play
much.
RoboCop again too, and there ain't no new game plus on that yet either. So
Yeah, I'm gonna chill. I'm gonna chill on that. I know. That's another big surprise for a lot of people though. Was
that
RoboCop?
was
I
a really
mean,
good game. Really good game.
yeah, I've heard nothing but good things about it. I ain't got the time, so I'll probably play that when it's 9.99 in the future at some point. That's about when I'm realistically gonna get to that. Uh, Tears of the Kingdom, you know, can't understate that. That was a big step up for me, especially from going from someone who literally hated Breath of the Wild to having a ball with Tears of the Kingdom. That's a big difference. To take me from that to that in a sequel is huge. Fighting games fans obviously had a ball. Street Fighter 6 releasing to phenomenal reviews. People going crazy with that. As much as I wanted to pick it up, thank you. Shout out to Morgan for stopping me and my wallet from making mistakes because I have zero time to play that game. I don't really play fighting games. And realistically, I also can't stand their monetization structure. So ultimately, I get it when the Super Street Fighter EX Plus Turbo Volume 6 Holy Shit Edition comes out. You know, when I get everything all in one. So that's when we'll do that. Um, Dredge, an indie game that came out, another game that was phenomenal. I heard so much about it, and then I finally got to watch Morgan play it. Me and Fox and Kay all watched Morgan play it in chat, and it was hilarious and fun. Just watching Morgan run through the fog and all the mechanics that they had in that game was great. Um, that was a surprise for me because I was like, man, this game can't be that good. Obviously, all the Resident Evil fans went crazy. Or Resident Evil 4, that remake turned out to be top tier. So in the year we got both Dead Space and Resident Evil 4, the top tier remakes, which obviously knocked it out the park. I mean, it got nominated for Game of the Year. Then you had so many surprises, man. You just like I said, just this year was insane. Like no matter what genre you are a fan of, Like Souls fans got their hits. You know what I'm saying? Spider-Man fans got theirs. We even got an Armored Core, which I ain't seen since like the PS3 days. Um, and obviously my game of the year, Octopath Traveler 2 knocked it out the park for me. Also Morgan's game of the year because she's not here, so I'll just say it. Uh, yeah, the soundtrack. Again, another game that I know that some people called it the year of the sequels, but I was like, I don't care, bro. They all killed it. Uh,
Yeah, I mean, it's a
Octopath
good game,
Traveler
then
was
it's a
better in
good
every way.
game.
Exactly, exactly. Literally better in every way. Surprise mega hit, I would say. As far as reviews go, Alan Wake 2. You know, I didn't expect people to go that crazy over it, and the reviews were insane. People were really loving it. It won quite a few awards.
It really
Uh,
underperformed sales, though. I was kind of surprised with that, with the scores, to be honest.
Yeah, yeah. I think a lot of people just discovered ultimately it's like a really weird acquired taste. Cause like I watched that's another game that me Fox and K watched Morgan play, and it was cool, but I was like it's not really for me like that because it just didn't have enough action in it. Like it was too much slowdown, too
That's what
much
everyone's been telling
puzzling
me.
stuff.
Like, it's really cool, the arts and stuff like that, but I'm not really enjoying playing it. That's what a lot of people have told me. So it's kind of like,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know.
That's
Which
like
game?
I can appreciate the art and
Alan
shit too,
Wake
but I
2.
like to be entertained at the same time.
Which
You know.
game?
Alan Wake 2.
Oh, Alan
Alan
Wake
Wake.
2, yeah. I have yet to play that one. I mean, I might get to it, but we will see. Out of right
Yeah,
now.
yeah, it's not like I said, nothing was bad about it. It was just man, it's a real weird acquired taste. Um we do have it on I have it on PC. We got it with one of the graphics cards we got. So I do have it. It looks phenomenal on PC. Like graphically, no one's disappointed in that game. It looks insane. I think for me, the weird thing is, I know Alan's supposed to be obviously the main character. I actually like playing the female cop better. I think she just controls better. I like the way she thinks. She has a more sense of urgency. Like Alan just get on my nerves, bruh. Like I be wanting to smack the shit out of him half the time. Like yo, put some pep in your step, bruh. Like my grandma used to say.
Uh,
Like you know what I'm saying? Like he always like this man is in absolute danger doing like the slowest jog in history, and I'm like, bro,
yep.
that does not fit. Like put some Nikes on or something. Like I don't, whatever you got to do. Like I don't know. He just annoyed the brakes off of me. Um,
You're not the only one.
and
I
shit. What did?
hated his slow run in the
Yeah,
first
bro.
one.
Exactly. He slow ran in the first one, and it just continues in the second one. Armored Core 6 is criminal. I think it was like criminally. That game is
Underrated?
not getting the love Elden Ring got. I guess the media didn't push hard enough for it, right? That's what
Yeah.
Chocolate Dream said.
What
Yeah,
about
yeah, man.
Sea of Stars and whatchamacallit, Shamed Echo?
I think Chain was Chain this year or was it
Yeah,
at the end of last year?
I think it was that this year. Which is why
Uh,
the debate between Shamed Echo and Sea of Stars, which is the
nah,
better.
it's actually 2022. That's what I thought. That's why I
Oh,
didn't bring it up. Yeah,
oh,
so a lot
okay.
of people started it because it came out so late
Yeah.
December. It came out December 8th, 2022. So that's why it's
That's
a
why I
big
said this year. Okay, it
yeah,
makes
that's why it's
sense.
a big conversation this year.
Okay.
Um But I mean, technically, if you're looking for the runnings, as far as like if it would be nominated for anything, would be this year. So I mean, we could still count it because it's past the date for any award show, so it would be counted for 2023. So yeah, I mean, both of those again, top tier games. I bought Chained Echoes. I started it, but I still gotta finish it. Um, that's a
I don't know if it came this
crazy game.
year, but you heard of Animatatium?
Anom, you mean the Anomutitonium?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, I'm almost positive that's 2022.
When, at some point, games just blur for me.
Yeah, I mean, that was another random release, but yeah, I think that's last year. But yeah, I know what it is. I played it. I can't even spell the damn name.
Yeah,
There
me
it is.
neither. That's why I call it Animatatium and call it a day.
Yeah, I pronounced it that way because we played it, and that's what he was saying is Anno Mutitonium. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that was
I
yeah
love
that was
that
that
game.
was early 2022. That was
That
January
game was
2022.
fire.
Yeah, that was fire.
I
Um,
love the
Yeah.
music in that game too. The one of the boss battles, dude. I listened to that like 3 times over when I recorded. It was
a lot
phenomenal.
battles. Wishes again goes back to I miss PlayStation Twitter share, dude.
Summary of the podcast. I'm the ultimate gamer, Morgan says. Oh man, because she's like, everybody's watching me play the game. I mean, you're not wrong. Yeah, you
Meaning, I'm not.
yeah,
I have
she's
games
a
to play
beast. She's a
myself.
beast.
Thank you very much.
I love it. She always like,
Um,
wait, I heard my name.
hey, if you heard your name, come join then. Then you can.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
go
man,
ahead.
it's just the list of good games this year is so like usually you could look up like top 10 top games of the year, and it's like it might be like 15 to 20, but like this year it just there's so many, and it goes so far, and there's like just so many nods and so many like things that came out that are like they're really great. They're great games, but they got buried in a year of legendary games.
Yeah,
So it's like a lot of people are just getting around to a lot of the great games because so much came out, and it's like, I mean, we got another Super Mario, which was, again, that was another game that did phenomenal. Souls fans got Lies of
Yeah, I
P.
gotta play that yet too. I want to play a RPG first to get that knocked out.
Yeah, it's
I
just,
just
that's what I'm
can't go to
saying.
the
It's
store
like,
and pick up nothing right now. It's just ridiculous. Especially if you got VR
it's
too. There's a lot of
nonstop.
VR games and stuff too.
Well,
It's
and then
ridiculous.
they had the VR game that got like tens or something recently, the one for PC or whatever, or Quest Meta Quest or whatever that came out. Apparently that went crazy. That was like one of the greatest VR games of all time. Arizona Sunshine for VR as well. Arizona Sunshine 2 to be specific, that came out. Um, Obviously Mortal Kombat 1 had a nice little reboot to the series. Graphically looked amazing. Dave the Diver went crazy on Twitch and PC. Like a lot of people love that indie game.
wait, so
Um,
which would you rather choose? Dave the Diver or Dredge?
right, that's tough. You got to give me a minute on that one, because if you told me popularity wise, Dave the Diver, but I gotta actually play Dave
A
the
lot of
Diver
people have been
first.
saying Dredge, but I haven't played it.
Yeah, so I think
Like most
what you
people.
gonna run into is that Dave the Diver is a PC game, so people on PC are most likely have played that, but a lot of console people are gonna say Dredge because they didn't have access to Dave the Diver. So I think
Mm,
I think that's what you'll run into. So yeah, I got Dave the Diver, and I gotta really play it. Yeah, I mean, if you based on the reception, I would say Dave the Diver, but honestly, I think they're different enough games where you could play both, and it wouldn't even matter. I think they're both just surrounded by fishing mechanics and stuff, but they're both very, very, very different games. So honestly, you could just play both, and they both came out and kicked ass. Um, I said Dredge has got like, kind of like a little horror tone to it. A lot of really interesting characters and stuff like that. Um, I don't know. There was so much that was awesome about it. Just surprising me constantly while I was watching Morgan play it.
it
Um, so yeah,
Dave the Diver is so weird. It,
it is weird, but that's the kind of thing I told you that usually happens with PC gamers. Remember I told you there's always that weird PC game that comes out every year. Like I said, the one year it was Valheim, and I was like, what? Like it just doesn't matter, and it's usually not a graphical game. Like it's like an indie game that doesn't look very good all the time, and
mm.
it does amazing, and everybody's playing it.
By
Like it
the
just
way,
Dave the Diver did that.
you never mentioned that Mega Man collection.
Oh yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like that's
Too
how
many
crazy,
games,
because like,
eh?
bro,
Too
it's
many
just
games.
it's like it's too many games. Like it's not. I had to pull up a list just to make sure of what actually came out because, like you said, stuff blends together because we've been like our 2022, 2023, like just kind of just rolled into each other. But yeah, the Mega Man Battle Network collection. I started that. I almost finished with part one on that, but like that alone is like 9 games.
Also,
Like so
you
that whole
finished
bundle is
13
crazy.
Sentinels. That also counts for this year, because you've beat it this year.
13? No, no, I was playing 13 Sentinels again. I didn't beat it.
You
I'm
didn't
not
beat
done yet.
it? I thought you
Yeah, I'm
did.
not. No, 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 I'm not done yet.
How
No, that
dare
game. Remember, I
you?
said I forgot. I told you something happened with the timeline, and it got weird, and I got confused about where to go, so I like paused it again.
Damn, this
Yeah,
dude.
the timeline. I love that game, but the timeline is super confusing.
The
Like,
timeline is bad confusing. I know. By the
yeah,
way,
like
if you never played Persistent Sentinels, another game I highly recommend. A great visual novel.
oh yeah,
Absolutely.
Asgard. Yeah, there you go. He said it in the chat. That was what I was talking about. Asgard.
Oh,
When I
yeah.
said the VR game that went crazy.
Hmm.
And then yeah, Cocoon was one that I seen on the list that I was about to pull up. That was another one. A ton of people across Xbox, PC, and PlayStation all really loved. I can't say how I feel about it personally because I haven't played it yet, but I heard it is a really great game. Um, I did see a bunch of people also playing Venba, which was up for like Impact of the Year. Another little kind of indie game you could play in the moment. I guess that a few people liked. I did hear something about Pizza Tower too, but I don't even know what that game is.
Look
But
it up. I
supposedly
looked
Pizza
it up.
Tower was like stupid popular.
I'm gonna play it on PC when the time's right.
Okay. Yeah, obviously, like a dragon, the man who erased his name. I got to get to that. So much to play in that series as a whole. I own I own all the other ones, so I own all of them. So I'm always gonna make sure I own all the Yakuza series. And according to Weeb, the man who erased his name was awesome. And I trust Weeb in that regard because I know he knows his Yakuza. Hogwarts Legacy, absolutely fire.
Oh yeah.
Again, started off the year amazing. Uh, Ravenclaw all day. You know what I'm saying? We the scientific nerds that tear shit up. So shout out to us. But yeah, that game was amazing. Also, shout out to Morgan and Fox, who both platinum the brakes off that game, and I don't understand how either of them did it at the speed that they did it at,
Yeah, shout
and
out
it
to
was
them.
hilarious to watch it
I
happen because they raced each other in the end, and it was funny. And Morgan literally set a timer and woke up so she could make sure she beat Fox. It was, man, that was fun. I love that part. That time of the year was awesome.
nice. I dropped it. No. I dropped the plat. I beat the game. I had a blast with it, but for the plat, it's atrocious.
Yeah,
And
it's insane. It's insane. I dropped the plat myself. I beat it, but dropped the plat as well.
I had a blast with it, but I'm like, yeah, enough game. Other game to play.
Yep. Then you had
So,
also Diablo 4, which had a rough start, but is apparently doing really well lately as well, and a lot of
mm,
people are feeling that. So, yeah, I don't know, man. 2023, you want to say overall has just been amazing,
do you
and
think?
that's with me not loving every title, and I didn't even need to. It's like in the years, you feel like sometimes you feel like every game that's hot, like you don't like, and it's like, oh man, like where's my game? Like you didn't have to ask that this year. Like it
Yeah,
was just a constant onslaught
there were
of
no buffer
amazing
moment.
titles. Yeah, not at all. Not
Mm,
at all.
zero buffer moment. The only buffer moment I can think of is literally now, where we're finishing with our backlog a little bit until next year, when the next year games start.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah, Morgan. I said Dead Space remake. Yeah, I shouted it out next to Resident Evil 4. It was great. I'm proud of you for getting through it.
um, what's your thought? Do you think this year was better than last year, or last year
Oh,
was
this year's
better?
absolutely
Hell
better
yeah.
than absolutely better than last year.
Absolutely
This
Last year
better.
year,
had some great top end titles, like the handful of best titles, but it didn't have the volume, in my
yeah,
opinion.
the volume is insane. And then, like I said, I didn't even, and that's without me even mentioning the obvious de facto, damn near unanimous game of the year, Baldur's Gate 3. Like, I mean, like, yeah, this year destroys 2022, and 2022 was a fun year. That's what's
It
crazy.
was
It's
very
like,
top
but
heavy though. It wasn't very equal. I think you'd be hard to be like name 10 great games from last year. You'd probably come up with like 5. This year you could come up with like 20. You know.
Um, Nelson, you want to chime in, or you already gave your input?
That was pretty much my input. It was just like really top heavy because sometimes you're like, just because 3 of the best games of the generation came out one year, was it really that great of the year if there wasn't really nothing else that year? But there was something every month pretty much all year, sometimes 3-4 games in a month.
And for everyone was a genre that they can choose from.
Yeah, everything.
Yeah.
yeah,
What?
like I'm looking back at like the top games for 2022, and it's like see that's kind of the year like I was saying, right, where it's like a couple games might come out that are hot, and you're like you catch a break because like you're not really feeling it, right? Like I still had a great year, right? Like I don't personally like Elden Ring, but that was a big one. I had Horizon Forbidden West to start off. I also had God of War Ragnarok.
Yeah.
Those 2 games alone were nuts. I loved Stray.
Stray
Uh,
was fun.
Mar- yeah, Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope again for me because Nintendo Switch was crazy. Xenoblade Chronicles 3 crazy.
Kirby
Animatatium.
was really good. Don't get enough credit.
No, absolutely. Yeah, Kirby's literally right next to what I was. This is the next thing I was about to say. So
Okay.
Kirby,
Okay. Yeah,
yeah,
my
Kirby,
kids really love it. He's still playing that.
yeah, Kirby was hot. Kirby went stupid. A ton of people loved Cult of the Lamb. Um, I don't care what nobody says. Pokemon Legend of Arceus was trash. Uh,
I think last year was better for volume of indies though. This year was really the year of the AAA. A lot of
yeah,
times we have to
yeah.
rely on smaller games because there's not really an abundance of huge games coming out that are really great. This year it
Well,
was quite the
that's what
opposite.
really shined. Like you said, Stray and then Tunic. Um, like speaking of the indie type looking stuff, and then you also had the
Sifu,
Sifu, the Teenage Mutant Ninja
Teenage
Turtles
Mutant
trailer
Ninja
for
Turtles
Finn.
was a freaking awesome. It was like being a kid again, but they improved it even more.
Yeah, they had that. They had Citizen Sleeper, which a lot of people don't really know about, but apparently Citizen Sleeper was god tier, and it's on my list to play. Um, for me, Marvel's Midnight Suns. I bought that as well. That was fire. Like it's just like I said. Like this list is cool. Also, you know, Omar hates it because we all were playing it, but Power Wash Simulator. um,
Yo, that's the biggest hit of the
Live
forever, dude.
Alive.
Everyone was
Also
playing
Live
that. I don't
Alive,
play it.
right?
no, I think it might be. It's not on this list, but yeah, it might have been. Yeah,
That
if
was
that's the case,
2022, I
then
think. The
yeah,
their
then
initial release. I think it came out this year for PlayStation, but it came out on Switch the year before.
Yeah,
yeah.
he
So
was
yeah,
playing it last
live a
year. That's
live.
why.
Yeah, live a live. Tiny Kin for y'all. Y'all played. Y'all had all played
Yeah,
Tiny
I
Kin.
love Tiny Kin. Like it reminds me of that Switch game, not Switch, Nintendo game, Pikmin. I had a blast with
Yeah,
it.
so y'all had fun with that. I enjoyed The Last of Us Part One. That was dope. I enjoyed that thoroughly. That was a great remake. Yeah, I mean overall, like you said, like it, and obviously Gran Turismo 7 for me was great as well. Um, Total War Warhammer 3 came out for PC people. Like again, it was a solid year. Like you can't even be mad at that year. Like honestly, just between Horizon, God of War, and Xenoblade Chronicles 3, just like alone, that's almost enough content to last me like the year because those games are all so big. Um, but yeah, like when I look at the list of hits for 2023, like everything is just top tier.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, they're either most of them are triple A. So
Now
yeah,
that
like the indies are sprinkled.
Yeah, usually I got like 3-4 indies in my like top 10. This year it's like there's one.
Yeah,
But I haven't played that
exactly.
many, just because there ain't been time for them, and there ain't really that many that are really up my alley.
Yep.
now let
Yeah, no,
me
like you said.
ask the most difficult question.
Hmm.
Will it be enough to beat next year?
Uh, I think that largely depends on what actually comes out,
I don't think we'll
and
see
that
the volume of this year. There might be better top 5 or something, but I don't think you're going to be able to compete with the volume of this year for probably a couple years.
yeah, the thing is like this year was scary good.
Volume.
Like
I
yeah,
mean,
scary
okay,
good.
fair
The
point.
amount.
But if you think about next year, for you, we know it's not it, but we're gonna count it anyway.
Oh no, I mean
Um,
it's starting heavy. I mean I'm not gonna
um,
argue
It's
that.
starting heavy. We
Stellar.
don't know nothing after like March though.
We
Honestly,
already we
Exactly.
we
already
don't.
starting with Stellar Jump. See, you have the new Prince of
Yeah, but
Persia.
when is that coming out? You don't even know, that might not even come out next year. You know,
Which one?
it probably will, but Stellar Blade 2024
I
is kind
think
of
it's
broad.
gonna
That's
come
kind of like
out.
when they said Starfield was coming out and that
Okay,
shit's coming out in
I'm gonna
2023.
if it doesn't come out, I'm gonna call him out on it. But that's right now. Stellarium, the new Prince of Persia, the amount of turn-based or JRPG or action RPG, whatever you wanna call it, between Grand Blue Fantasy, between Persona 3 Reloaded and metaphor and 100 Uden Chronicle 100 heroes. Am I missing something, Nate?
No, I mean you said it Uden Chronicles, then there's the Suikoden 1 and 2 remaster. Um there's Persona 3 Reload, Metaphor. It's just yeah. And Metaphor is the one coming out later in the year,
Oh,
but
and
yeah,
I forgot Rebirth. Like,
yeah, Rebirth and also Trails Through Daybreak comes out
oh,
next year as
Trails for
well.
the Trails fans, and also
Yeah.
the one with the guy and the woman that he sees her
Oh,
go.
you're talking about Banishers.
Yeah.
Yeah, that also comes
So
out. Yeah,
and and and
it's
I
a
forgot,
crazy
and
year.
let me continue. Dragon Dogma 2 and Rise of the Ronin. Like, nah. Next year is gonna slaughter
I'm
this
a
year.
reserve judgment on some of these because we're not there yet. So see, 2023 has proven itself. 2024 still has to prove itself. Some of those titles, yeah, I have no doubt. Like like you
Okay.
said, like the Euden Chronicles and stuff. But I don't know how I'm going to actually feel
I have
when I
no
play
idea what the
Rise of
back
the
half of the
Ronin.
year looks like either.
Yeah, the back half of the year,
At
Rise
ever.
of the Ronin, and then we've got to
After
see some
March,
of
I'm
these are like
clueless to be honest.
TBA. Yeah, like we don't know if Star Wars Outlaws is actually going to come out.
Oh,
I
Star
don't
Wars
know if
Outlaw. I didn't count that. Okay.
I don't know if Killing Floor 3 is actually going to drop. Like I don't like Stalker 2, like God knows what's going on with that. Like if like that's why I said if everything that people think is coming out comes out, then it'll be a serious competition
There
for
is
20.
also we
But with
favorite game. What you
you
call
talking
it?
about Infinite Wealth.
Persona 8? Not Persona 8, Yakuza 8.
Yeah, Infinite Wealth.
Yeah,
Yakuza Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth.
yeah. So it's
Yeah,
crazy. I'm not sure, but the game from level 5, is it also coming out this year, next year?
it got pushed to 2024. So yeah, that's another game.
That's another game. Like, so, if, let's say if every single game that should come out next year comes out and it hits, do you think it's gonna top this year?
As I'm saying, topping this year is a whole different thing to matching this year. Will it match this year? Potentially. Topping this year would take an unbelievable level of just like he said, volume.
Consistency. A whole bunch of
Yeah,
games announced at the end of the year that we don't know about.
yeah, like you said, it's
A
top
bunch of
heavy.
stuff.
Yeah, but it's
So
got to
does it
be like
matter
it
when a
can't.
game come
I'm
out?
not just. What do you mean? Doesn't
They
matter?
don't come out this
What I
year?
mean,
Yeah.
let's say,
2024.
let's say, no, what I mean by that is this. Let's say you have Rebirth, you have Grand Blue Fantasy Relink, you have all these games coming close to each other, right? You
Yeah.
can
Yeah, but we don't
play.
know anything after March, is what we're saying.
Yeah, okay,
We don't know
but
shit.
you can play, for example, Rebirth at first, and then you play Persona later when there is a buffer month. Does that not
Oh
count?
yeah, yeah. It's not. No. That's not what we're saying though. We're not saying you can't play some of these games later. We're not saying it's not stacked already. What we're saying is like some of the games that people are counting on for next year, we don't know if they're coming out, and then we don't know what
Okay,
else
so
is
you're
coming out.
counting a delay, a might delay. Okay, I see.
We
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
know. We don't know anything about anything past March, is what we're saying.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
With the exception of
There's
Metaphor.
speculation that a lot of games are coming 2024. Look, people, you know the way they are, especially with Xbox. They say games coming out 2024. It's really coming out in 2027.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, like
Avowed is
You know what I
releasing
mean?
next year.
according to Xbox
Uh,
They
fans,
just start
we
throwing
still play
goddamn.
Hellblade 2.
I think Avowed is releasing next year from them. Hellblade 2 releasing next year from them, and
Yeah, but
that
they got a whole list of games. Nobody said a damn word about. Is what I'm saying.
Clockwork game that I am excited about is
I
releasing
mean,
next year.
Lucky Squire.
Wait, who said anything about Clockwork? They just said it'll be out in the future.
I
Where's
thought
people pulling 2024 from all of a sudden? They
I
didn't
thought
say a
I read
goddamn
somewhere
word.
that it's
That
coming
game's
next
probably
year.
2026.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Then-
well, I think you're reading. That's kind of what I'm getting at here. You can have people just throwing random shit out like Wolverine's coming in 2024. Who said that? You know what I mean?
So,
They
let's
didn't say
wait
that.
and see.
People just came up with that on their own.
I have a question. What do we start next year with? Do you guys know what game is coming out? That big game that's releasing next year early?
I mean, pretty much that entire lineup. So
What?
Early, yeah. We don't know anything past March really. I don't think I know a game past March.
No, what come out in January? Do you guys know?
Tekken. Prince
Yeah.
Persia. Those two. Yeah.
I think there is that.
January is the Prince of Persia, Like
Yeah,
the Dragon,
Prince of
and
Persia.
Tekken 8. That's what's listed for it right now.
Yeah, Prince of Persia is gonna be it for me.
Yeah, so you know I'm not going nowhere near that. But
Yeah.
But I mean there's like 10 other games listed here, but
Yeah.
they're just not the big ones. February is about a paragraph long of stuff though. So that's like immediately right after.
Okay, so
Like,
how about
honestly,
this?
Like a
But
Dragon Infinite is long enough for me to play. I
Oh.
know because I played 7. Like a Dragon Infinite is long enough for me to play all January if I wanted to.
okay, so how about this? Don't play Like a Dragon Infinite January. Find a way to clone ourselves. Otherwise, February we're screwed.
Yeah, I mean essentially.
Especially if you're a turn-based JRPG fan. Rebirth alone, 100 to 200 hours. I say that because with the whole dynamic leveling, that's gonna be a problem. What's the other game? Grand Blue Fantasy Relink. That's another game that's gonna be big. Yeah, it's gonna be exciting news for everything. This year was amazing. Shout out to the gamers. Shout out to everyone that actually play the games and not just talk about them. Like going on a podcast, I do it, so that's normal. But being 24 hours on Twitter and don't even post your wrap up or anything like that, like now.
You see mine, right?
Exactly, Wara. They always just assume the date, and that's
Yep.
that's why we never get
Some
it.
some places don't even have it a year. Like people
Also-
were saying that even on the PlayStation side. They're like, "Oh, we got Wolverine coming in 2024." It's like, when did they say this? That
They
could be
never
coming
did.
out in 2028. You have no idea.
From the leak, I would not be surprised if it's 2026, 2028 now. 'Cause-
Exactly, but people have been saying, "Oh, like they said, Spider-Man was delayed because it didn't come out last year." It's like, when in the hell did they give a date for this game? Where are people pulling this from? People just pull magic numbers from thin air.
Absolutely.
But that's the thing, these people don't play games, they play console war.
Exactly. That's why they're like, oh, we got this game coming, this game coming. It's like no one ever said that. They just said it would come at some time. They showed you a trailer. They did not give a year, a quarter, a decade, nothing. You know what I mean? You just it's coming this year. It's like I've been hearing Fable's been coming out this year for 4 years.
The Mana game, is it coming
kinda
next
find
year?
Hellblade 2,
or
that was
no?
supposed to come out in 2021. What year is it?
Yeah.
The Mana game, is it coming next year or no?
We don't have a date. It's just
Oh, okay.
they just showed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, this year was amazing. So, Nate, you have one job. Find a way to clone. Otherwise, we're screwed for next year.
I mean, I might do better with the hyperbolic time chamber.
Thank you. Let's go.
Yeah.
Nate, where people can find you? Jennifer come through.
Yeah, just on Twitter at the real Innate, and actually gaming, unlike some people in these
Let's
Twitter
go.
streets.
By the way, shout out to Xbox for actually surrendering. They're now focusing on the next generation.
I don't believe that either, though. Why would they set another console out there to die? It ended up just like the Dreamcast.
Hey,
They set it out there to try and beat them, and then with the PS6 looming on it, people would just wait for the next generation. to actually start.
every year it's wait for the next generation. So yep.
Right. They gave up on wait for next year. Now they're waiting for next generation.
Yeah, that's it. That's
Like
Tim Dog.
we got to
That's
push
Tim
this
Dog's
farther. We got to. Our narrative's got to stick longer than a couple weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Tim Dog. Every year before the new year, you PlayStation fans are gonna rue the day you ever picked on us.
Oh yeah.
I'm just like, are you okay? You
No,
Tomorrow's
he's
always
not.
another day.
Cause he literally went and harassed people for choosing a PlayStation over Xbox.
That man is not okay.
Yep.
Get some help. Mental health is very important. That's a very serious message.
Yep.
So I hope that man gets some help. I hope anybody that needs the help gets some help. Again, mental health is very important
Yeah.
going into 2024.
And with that being said, Nelson, shout out to coming through and where people can find you.
Nelson Gaming 12 on PlayStation and Twitter.
Gotcha. And,
Just follow.
shout out for Viper for coming through. Too bad he had mic issue. Shout out for Weep, he couldn't make it. Shout out for Morgan, she couldn't make it. And Zarek is wrecking, but that's the normal. This was a short stream because real talk, no actual topic. Just wanted to celebrate 2023. If you guys gonna light firework, be careful with that stuff. Other than that, see you 2024.
Peace.
Later.